Here's a couple examples of solving equations that have radicals in it. So this first example, 4 square root of x minus 3 equals 8. And we want to find out what can x be. So we want to do some undoing. So the first step to undo is we want to divide both sides by 4. What will happen is these 4's on the left will cancel out, and we're left with just the square root of x minus 3. And then on the right, 8 divided by 4 is 2. Now we need to undo the radical. So how do you undo a square root? The opposite of a square root is squaring both sides. So we're going to square both sides. So we'll square here and square the right side. So both sides must be squared. So when you square root a square, both of those will undo. So we're left with just x minus 3 on the left. And then on the right side, 2 times 2 is 4. And the last step is to add 3 to both sides to undo that minus 3. So our answer is 4 plus 3 is 7. Example B is a little bit more difficult because we can't just go ahead and square both sides to undo that square root. We need to first move that x to the right side. So I'm going to leave this radical alone. And then the right side, I'm going to bring that x that's right here over to the left side. So I'm going to subtract it. Now let's go ahead and square both sides. So we'll square the left side, we must square the right side. So the left side, I square root and square, they undo each other. So we're left with 31 minus 9x. On the right side, we have 5 minus x all squared, so we have to do some FOILing, because it's taking that parentheses and multiplying to itself. So now if you remember FOILing, it's first outside, inside, last. So 5 times 5 is 25. Then outside, 5 times negative x is negative 5x. Then we go to inside. Negative x times 5 is negative 5x. Then we go to last. Negative x times negative x is positive x squared. Now this left side just stayed as it was, 31 minus 9x. And what we have is a quadratic equation that has popped up. So we want to get it into standard form. So we need to, let's clean up that left side and right side. So I'm going to bring these two terms over to the right. So I have 0 equals 25 minus 5x plus x squared. I'm just going to change colors here. I'm going to subtract 31 and add 9x. Now everything's over on the right, so we can start combining like terms and put it in standard form. Standard form means take your highest term down to your lowest term, your constant. So I have 0 equals, my highest term in this polynomial is my x squared. Then I have 3 like terms with the x's. I have negative 5x is negative 10x, plus a 9x is negative 1x. And then we have some constants that are alike. We have 25 minus 31, which is negative 6. Now let's see if we can factor this. So we want to use the chart method because my leading coefficient is 1. And I say, what are the factors of C that add to B? Well, I could do negative 3 times 2 adds to negative 1. So there's my factors. So I split up my x squared into x and x, and then minus 3 plus 2. Now, I've set those factors equal to 0. That's called the zero product property. And I solve them separately for x. So I get x equals 3 and x equals negative 2. You get 2 answers, a positive answer and a negative answer. You need to go back in here and check your solutions. Because maybe one of these is considered an extraneous solution. remember, you cannot have a negative radical. That makes it imaginary. So check your solutions here. I'll let you do that on your own.